Americans are living in cities than ever before, and by 2050, nearly 90% of Americans are expected to live in metropolitan areas. The shift means rethinking how urban spaces are used to support a higher quality of life. In tonight's Eye on America, CBS's Jim Axelrod reports on the river renaissance underway in many American cities.
For decades, the Willamette River that runs through Portland, Oregon, was a look but don't touch situation.
When we first moved here, there was no way in hell you'd get in the water.
A river contaminated by raw sewage, closed for swimming since 1924. But that was then. This is a very different now.
Do any of you, when you dive in, think, I'm not sure this is safe?
Willie Levinson, founder of the Human Access Project, helped make the Willamette into a vibrant recreational space.
Step number one, find a way to clean up the river. Step number two, there's the cultural change around getting people to see there's value in this river.
A $1.4 billion pipe project that kept sewage from spilling into the river took care of step one. Then came step two. The Big Float, an inner tube parade that brought thousands to the water and made the Willamette party central.
I talk to people who tell me, I feel differently about our city now. They feel more connected to the city.
This could be better.
Which is exactly what Nick Wesley is hoping to do in Chicago.
I think a lot of people see their waterways as a lot of unrealized potential.
Nick's nonprofit, Urban Rivers, is leading the charge to transform the Chicago River.
You just reached your arm in to the Chicago River and pulled out freshwater mussels?
Yeah.
And have it do for Chicago what the Willamette did for Portland.
When it comes to people swimming in the Chicago River, is it a question of if or when?
I think it's when. Within 10 years, it'll be viewed as something people do.
While this idea of an urban river renaissance certainly offers hope in cities like here in Chicago, and as we've already seen in Portland, there is still plenty of work to be done. Of the 3.5 million miles of rivers in the United States, 50% are still too polluted for fishing, boating, or swimming.
The most powerful thing is a community of people on a river that love that river.
Amy Sowers-Kober is with American Rivers, a group focused on protecting and restoring rivers, an effort that began with the 1972 Clean Water Act and now includes river renaissance projects in Los Angeles, Boston, Atlanta, and New York, among other cities.
Clean Water Act is a great start. And now we need to ask ourselves, what do we need moving forward?
Chicago illustrates an answer, a culture change that supports the effort. Chicago had hoped to host its first swim in the Chicago River last month. When organizers hit roadblocks getting the proper permits fast enough, they moved it to Lake Michigan. But organizers, and Willie Levinson, who flew in from Portland, are determined to swim in the river next year.
Once the Chicago River becomes a part of the culture, Chicago has a hidden level of joy that it's going to discover.
High praise from a man who's already helped his own city discover theirs. For Eye on America, I'm Jim Axelrod in Portland, Oregon.